Hello again, everyone. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to review on how to find slope from a graph. I know it's a little different from the graph you guys see on your skill review number 2, but this is kind of the best I could draw with my whiteboard. Alright guys, so on your skill review, the graphs you see don't have any points like mine do. Right, so that's the first thing when finding slope from a graph, is that you need to start by identifying 2 perfect points. And remember, those perfect points happen right where the squares line up together on your paper. Right? I know my graph doesn't have it, but hopefully you guys remember what I'm talking about as you hear it. Right? Those perfect points happen exactly where those 4 corners of the grid touch. Right? So again, my perfect points are already up here, and so now we just have to count the rise over the run. Right? Slope is always rise over run. Right? So all I have to do is count from point to point how much I'm going up and how many I'm going over, how many I'm running. Right? So 2 points I have here. It might be a little hard to see, but I went up 1 and then I went over 2 because I went from -4, then to -3, then to -2. So I went over 2. And again, slope is rise over run. So here my slope is just 1/2. Right? And notice that my slope was positive. I can double check this because I can see, just like we read a book, we read a graph left to right. And so as we look from left to right, my line is increasing, which tells us we should end up with a positive slope. Right? So looking at the second graph, that's the first thing I notice right away, is that when we look from left to right, my line is now decreasing. So that tells us that we're going to end up with a negative slope. All right, but it's still the same idea. We're just finding rise over run. All right, so I can pick any 2 points. All right, and I see we're going down from 6 to 4, so we went down 2. Right, because we're going down this time, that's where that negative is coming from. And then we went from -6 to -3, meaning we ran 3. So again, our rise was a -2 because we went down, and then our run was 3. So our slope is -2/3. And then just something that's not up here, but just to remind you guys really quickly, remember if you have any flat horizontal line, the slope is always 0. Right? If you have a flat, horizontal, straight line, the slope will always be 0. Whereas if you have a vertical line that goes straight up and down, remember that slope is undefined. Right? So 0, think about it as if you were skiing down a slope. If you were skiing on a flat slope, nothing's going to happen to you. You're just going to stand still. And that's why the slope's 0. Whereas if you were trying to ski down a straight hill that went directly straight down, you're not going to end up living through that probably. So in that sense, that's how I help to remember that this is undefined because we can't ski down a slope like that. All right, guys, I hope this helps, and I hope to see you on the next video. Have a great day, everyone.